Okay, Nikki, you're here for the pedestrian bike scoping study, and I'll ask a question for the record. Will you be able to produce a couple of letters of intent for donations?
I will certainly do my best to procure the letters.
Okay,
Yes.
then we can sign this and move on.
Okay, all I need is one signature, one copy. I can give my copy.
That wasn't my intent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My intent was to have the letters before we signed it. See, I've been down this path before where people have promised to do stuff, and then after they get signatures, they disappear.
I move for purpose of discussion, we sign the document.
I second it.
Okay, discussion.
Why?
Why do I? Because I have a lot of confidence that those contributions will come through.
And that we've already budgeted the amount, and so we're just agreed up to 3,000 when we actually budgeted up to 6,000. So we're
Well,
approving
actually,
3,000, is
no.
that what we're doing?
No, so the original request was for 30,000. So the town has to provide 20% of the cost, so 20%
It's six.
is 6. And the motion, which was
Okay.
approved, was to budget up to $6,000 for the grant. And with the understanding that I would try to get other
Funding.
donations, other funding. So I don't have it in writing, but I feel confident that we can get at least 2,000, and I will try to get those commitments in writing.
There's 1,000 apiece from the country store and from the playhouse.
Well, I can bring up an old sore note in town if you want to back up why I'm a little skittish. When they wanted to do the sewer project, where it says, promise, oh, you do it, we'll form a fire water district afterwards, and everybody knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Never found out though, Jenny. Because it didn't go anywhere anyway.
But, all right, so we've had motion stuff, discuss it. I'll call it for a vote,
I don't think we're done discussing it yet.
okay?
What is the cost of this project?
Just a study,
Is it just the study is 6,000?
30.
30, okay. And who pays the other 24,000?
That's a federal grant,
Oh, federal grant, okay. So we have budgeted 6,000,
right.
okay? And we're asking to reduce our costs as a board or a town by donations.
Right,
All right, so we're not gonna pay more than 6,000
correct.
For the study.
for the study. Okay. So that's what this is about though, right? Just the
Exactly.
study, okay. All right, I can go, I'm okay now.
So, and the study will provide us with alternatives, with plans, different sections. There's no commitment, I mean, then we just have them. And I know that there are plans for the sidewalk, that's already in the town hall, but it's not a commitment that we have to go through with it, but we will have all the plans.
So I guess I'm confused. We've already approved up to 6, so why is this not to exceed 3? So we've reduced
No, we
the
haven't done
6.
anything. This was included in the original grant.
Right, so are we voting on 3 as opposed to 6, or is this
No,
just like
this is-
half of the 6?
It's like
No.
any contract, they want a deposit to start the project.
Okay.
No, this is what they'll get paid for their services. They don't need it to start. This is what we'll pay them for their services, for the list of things that, and I can hand this out, but this is basically a page of what they will be responsible to do.
For $3,000?
Right, and that was included in the original application, so the money amount has not changed. So basically, we budgeted $3,000 for municipal project manager. They came through and said, what are they gonna charge? $3,000.
Okay. So this is just for the project manager.
Correct.
Okay.
Figures out to $60 an hour. So anybody else got any questions?
Is that $3,000 above the 6,000, or is that included in the 6,000?
It's included in the
The 30,000?
30,000, right.
But that didn't answer the question. It's included in the 30, but is it included in our 6?
6,000.
Probably on a 20% basis, I
I
would.
But we
would say
already budgeted.
20% because, right. I mean, the town is paying 20% of the whole scoping study, which is 30,000. So whether that 6,000 goes to,
The town and $2,000 of resources they can come up otherwise.
that answer your question?
I guess I thought we were voted to accept the 6,000. If this is part of it, why do we need?
I think you're gonna find this
I'm
is
just
above
getting-
the
that's what's
6,000.
We don't have a
Confusing me.
contract with Wyndham Regional yet, that's why.
Okay.
This is a contract with Wyndham Regional.
Okay.
So we're absolutely certain, just so I know, that this 3,000 is part of the 6.
Yes.
Is that? Yes, okay. So we can't pay more than, if this is 3, we give 3 more. But we might get donations to reduce that. Am I hearing that correctly?
Right.
Okay.
The town is,
Got
yeah, still only responsible for up to $6,000.
I'm okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Going back and forth here. Confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you agree if it goes, we get a bill for over the 6, it goes down the tubes?
If the town gets billed for over 6,
Yeah.
you won't. Because that's just 20%, that's your share.
You got 3 already here, so.
And we've been approved for the grant.
Right, there are numerous steps that we've been going through with the federal grant, and believe me,
Yes,
there's a lot to do.
Yes.
And so, one is to formally sign a contract, the town and the municipal project manager, and send it to V-Trans. They have to approve it, which I've been working with V-Trans, so they've actually already seen it, and they will approve it. And then they will actually formally start to work with Wyndham Regional.
Okay.
It's okay,
One step
good. It's
in the
not going
process.
over
I've got
6
it.
no matter what. That's what I hear. That's what I'm hearing.
So, okay.
Well, for what we're getting, I think it's rather expensive because you think about it, $30,000, Wyndham Region's charging 60 an hour, so that'd be 500 hours. I find it hard to imagine that somebody can get 500 hours in this study.
And that's the scoping study, not even the design study, the design itself.
I agree with you. But
But anyway, for the purpose of this,
the numbers are there. And Nikki is giving us her word.
I will try my best to get letters in writing and
And
bring
she's got to
them-
come up with the rest of the money by donations. But either way, we're only out 6, as I understand it. If it goes beyond that, I will kneel at your before you.
All those in favor?
Nikki, I have to do that. You're gonna get in
Opposed?
trouble.
No.
Because I'm on public record now saying that. I just.